Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? Hope you're doing well. Guys, in today's video I will be showing you how I make this delicious tomato chicken stew. But before we proceed, I just want to say a big thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. And if today is your first time here in Ngo's kitchen, my name is Ngozi. You are very welcome. So to make this delicious tomato stew, I will be showing you the steps and the ingredients that I use to make this beautiful delicious stew. So these are the ingredients that I used. That's my chicken, and I'm using fresh tomato today, so you can use fresh or tin tomato. And I'm using long bell pepper, 4 long bell pepper, and I'm using 3 medium-sized red onion and 4 scotch bonnets, and some ginger and garlic in that little bowl. And I'm using some seasoning cubes, and next to it is some bay leaf, and I'm using some curry, some thyme, and I'm using puree tomato paste. That's 200 grams, sorry, and some salt there, and my vegetable oil. So these are all the ingredients I'll be using to make this stew. So to start with, I'm going to blend the tomato behind the camera, and this is the tomato. I'm going to parboil it to drain all the water to make the process of preparing the stew much easier. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button. And proceeding, I will be preparing my chicken. Now I'm seasoning my chicken with some onion, and I'm adding some thyme, and now I'm adding some curry powder. And next thing I'm adding is the bay leaf. I just washed it and I throw it in, and now I'm squeezing in some Knorr seasoning cubes. And now I'm adding the ginger and garlic paste, and I'll just give it a little bit of stir because the pot is a bit filled up. I will just try and give it a little stir, and I will cover it to steam with its own juice. Then after some time, I will be adding water. So I'm just going to cover it to allow it to boil. So chicken has been boiling for a few minutes now. Can you see it has brought out its own juice? Now I'm just going to give it a little stir, and at this point guys, I will be adding some chicken seasoning. So I'm using jumbo seasoning, but if you don't have jumbo, feel free to use any one that you have. I'm adding 1.5 teaspoon of jumbo seasoning, and I'm going to add the water. This water I washed from the blender that I used to blend the pepper. So I'll add it and I'll stir it together, and this water is going to enable the chicken to cook until it's tender to my satisfaction. So after stirring it, I'm going to cover it and I'll allow it to cook. And the tomato has been cooking next to the chicken, so we are doing 2 at a go. So guys, just a quick reminder again, please click that subscribe button. Thank you so much for doing that. So next, I'm going to be preparing the stew, but firstly I'm going to fry the chicken. So I'm pouring in some vegetable oil into my pot, and I preheated it for a few minutes, and now I'm introducing my chicken. The chicken is all cooked. Now I'm going to fry it a little bit. But if you don't like to fry your chicken, it's optional. You can prepare your stew without frying the chicken. It will still taste beautiful. So now introduce all my chicken into the oil, and I will allow it to fry. When it's golden brown, I will flip it over and I will allow the other side to fry as well. So my chicken is golden brown now, so I'm taking them off the oil now, as you can see me doing. So once that is done, in same oil I'm pouring in my chopped onion. Now I'm going to fry this onion for 30 seconds. I like doing this will bring out the flavor in the onion into the stew. And next I'm adding my thyme and my curry powder. Now I'm still going to fry this ingredient again for 1 minute. This will intensify and infuse a beautiful flavor and aroma into the stew. So I'll do this for 1 minute before I'll introduce my tomato paste. Now I'm introducing my tomato paste firstly, and I'm going to stir it together and fry it for 2 to 3 minutes. So the reason why I fry my tomato first before adding my pepper mix is to eliminate any slappy taste in the tomato paste. So guys, tomato has been frying for 2 to 3 minutes. The next thing I'm introducing is my boiled pepper mix. So now I'm going to stir and combine the pepper mix and the tomato puree together and allow both of them to fry until they are fully cooked. So once they are well combined, I'll go ahead to cover the pot to allow it to steam fry gradually, but I will keep turning it occasionally to avoid my stew from burning. So once you're frying your stew, make sure you stir it occasionally to prevent the stew from burning. So as you can see, I'm still stirring it because I want my tomato to be well fried. I want it to cook really well. So I will stir it and I will cover it occasionally, and I will repeat the same process again and again until my tomato is fully fried to my taste, or my satisfaction rather. So as you can see, our stew is halfway cooked. The reason why is this quick and easy is because we parboil the tomato before frying the stew. When you parboil your tomato, it makes the cooking process to be much easier, and it brings out a very sweet and unique taste into the stew. So guys, the next thing I'll be adding into my stew is my seasoning cube. So I'll squeeze in the seasoning cube, and the next thing I will be adding is my grated nutmeg. I like adding these two ingredients in my stew towards the end. This will retain the flavor and the aroma will just be booming inside the stew. So now I'm tossing in my grated nutmeg, and I'm going to stir the stew together again. And the next thing I will be adding at this point, because the stew is almost ready, now I will be adding my fried chicken. So we'll be bringing back the fried chicken into the stew at this point. So once that is done, now I'm stirring my stew, as you can see. So the next thing I will be adding into my stew is the chicken stock, that's the chicken breast. I will be adding a little bit of the chicken stock to loosen up the stew. Now you have to use your own discretion. That's my chicken stock. I will just add a little bit and I will stir it together, and I will see how loose it is. If I still want it a little bit looser, I will add more. But if you like your stew to be thick, then you just use your discretion to add the quantity that you need. So it's like my stew is still thick, and I'm still going to add a little bit more of the chicken stock, and I will stir it together. So I will go ahead to add this whole chicken stock and I'll stir it together to loosen this texture a little bit. But like I said, if you like your stew to be thicker than this, then just use your discretion to add the quantity of water or meat stock that you want. So now I'll give it a good stir like what I'm doing, and I'll allow it to cook again for 2 to 3 minutes, and that is it. Our chicken stew is perfectly ready. So guys, this is how I make my chicken stew. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like and share. Remain blessed. God bless you. Keep shining, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now. Bye.